Shirley, we're all ready to stand. I'm sorry.
He's on me tonight.
It was my fault. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do the attendance roll call, I'd like to announce that immediately following council this evening, we will have a very brief executive session, and I'm emphasizing the word brief. Mayor, you are invited to attend if you so wish. The treasurer and our secretary may be excused. At that point, Mr. Platt, would you do an attendance roll call? And the engineer is excused.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Stick around.
I could, but I don't think there's any reason for it.
Mayor Roman.
Here.
President Purcival.
Here.
God, you scared me.
Sorry.
You're jumpy tonight, Bob.
It's the weather.
Nerves?
My apologies. Vice President Capobianco.
I'm here.
Mr. Bull.
Here.
Mr. Costigan.
Here.
Mrs. Gianakis. Mrs. Haynes. Mrs. Skrobak.
Here.
Chief McKeown.
Here.
Will.
Here.
Mrs. Catania.
Here.
Mrs. Stillwell. Mr. Taggi. Mr. Profowitz. Ms. Martin. Good to go?
Super. Donna, we're going to have an executive session immediately following tonight's meeting, but you may be excused. All right, moving on. I'll entertain a motion to accept the April 2025 council meeting minutes.
Make a motion to pass last month's meeting.
Second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? So moved. Mr. Secretary,
Madam President, I abstain
Yes, sir.
from the, I wasn't here from the meeting, so I abstain.
you're going to abstain. Thank you. Please fill out the form and give it to Bob.
Okay.
Correspondence, Mr. Platt, any? No correspondence. Mayor's report, Mayor Roman.
Thank you, Madam President. Crimes reported in March 33, calls for service 132. The most prevalent, medical emergencies 12, suspicious person 5, building checks 21, assist other agencies 15, domestics 5, service calls for the alarms 6, traffic and parking issues 12, accidents 4, motor vehicle stop 20, traffic citation 7, warnings 13, non-traffic citation 2. That's it.
That's it. Thank you so much. Any questions for the mayor? Did Chief Lamy leave a report?
If you did, please bear with me. Reporting period, April 2025, Station 45, Parkside Park. Operational highlights, hazardous materials training. Parkside Fire Company is nearing completion of a comprehensive hazmat training program. This initiative ensures our team is better prepared to handle hazardous material incidents safely and effectively. 6 of our members are currently enrolled in emergency medical technician school, strengthening our capability for medical response within the community. Our April Fire Company meeting was attended by 17 residents, reflecting growing community interest and involvement. We now have 8 community residents serving on our board, helping guide the direction and accountability of the company. The Parkside Food Bank, led by Michelle Skrobak, continues to serve residents every other Tuesday. This service provides critical support to those facing food insecurity. The fundraising committee, chaired by Lauren Moore, will host a car wash fundraiser this Saturday from 12 to 4. Community support is encouraged to help fund our training, equipment, and outreach initiatives. Parkside Fire Company hosted its first banquet in 10 years, celebrating our volunteers, supporters, and accomplishments. It was a successful evening that helped build camaraderie and morale. Incident response summary for April, total incidents 35. Medical assist EMS crew 15. motor vehicle accident with injuries 2, motor vehicle pedestrian accident 1, gas leak, natural gas 1, power line down 1, good intent call, other 1, dispatch and canceled en route 4, smoke scare, odor of smoke 1, alarm system sounded due to malfunction 2, CO detector activated due to malfunction 1, alarm system activation, no fire, unintentional 5, special type of incident, other 1. Parkside Fire Company continues to grow in both operational readiness and community involvement. We appreciate the ongoing support from Borough Council and remain committed to protecting and serving the residents of Parkside with professionalism and care. Respectfully submitted, Chief Dave Langley, Parkside.
Super, thank
Got a
you.
correction.
We have a correction. June 1st, the car wash we're looking at doing it for June 1st from 12 to 4. And actually, it is going to be that day. I'm reading through our members' chat, and it states 12 to 4, June 1st, which is a Sunday, and there'll be announcements under our Parkside Borough community site as well about it. So the car wash has been changed to June 1st.
Super. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we offer a call to citizens on agenda-related items only. If somebody has a question concerning something on the agenda. Nope. Okay then. We'll keep moving. I'd like to thank, we're going to go into the President's report. I'd like to thank our Mayor and Councilwoman Gianakis for a wonderful Community Day event. It was wonderful, and a thank you to all our volunteers who are always dedicated to the community for these various recreational events. I'd like to thank our junior council members for all their hard work during their tenure. We really wish you the very best in your future endeavors. I would also like to mention that the LED streetlight program has now been completed after numerous years. Yay! The vendor has been paid $33,625.57. This leaves us with a balance in liquid fuel of approximately $46,263, and we use that for our road program, and any amounts that are left over will go towards salt and necessary expenses during the winter months. I'd like to thank Brinker and Simpson, who carefully documented and has been very patient during this process of our street light process. We've signed off on the necessary forms, and I'm pleased to say that PICO hopefully will give us a $9,000 rebate on these lights. I'm not sure when, but Delaware County Health Department has notified us that they have started to spray for mosquitoes in appropriate areas beginning May 1st. They will continue to do so during the necessary mosquito season. We seem to have a stray dog issue. I've been contacted concerning some information, and our chief and I have spoken about this. Just so everybody is clear, we have a large dog crate that we can hold a dog in until Brandywine SPCA, who we have a contract with, can come out and take that animal to a shelter. At this point, we all know that on the weekends, Brandywine is a little slow in responding, but we would ask that our resident, if you do have a stray, if you can hold it. If not, call 911. We will have a police officer come and bring that animal to our crate, our holding crate, until we can actually have Brandywine Valley come down and get it. As we're all aware, Crozier Chester Medical Center Taylor Hospital has been closed. I have attended numerous meetings with local leaders for our region. Our region includes Upland, Brookhaven, Parkside, and Chester Township. We are looking at various options for our community. We have met with several entities so far, and this process is ongoing, to get the best quality of service for our residents at the best cost. The leaders are not rushed to go into a contract. As we may have read, some of you may know, we have, through Delaware County Council and corporate sponsors such as Blue Cross Blue Shield, been afforded what's called an advanced life support chase car. It's stationed at Middletown's Fire Department. We have that until August 1st. What we will do for funds from August 1st until the end of the year is something that's an unknown factor. We had a Zoom meeting today with Riddle's CEO and their emergency management CEO to have them supply us with more information and a proposal that we may have by the end of this week or early into next week. So we are continuing to look at all the aspects for our public safety and also the financial issues that this is going to occur. Many of us have had free service from Crozier's Emergency Services. Unfortunately, that's stopped, and every community in this county is in the same position. Some municipalities have already contracted with an outside service. That is their responsibility to do so. Our Regent number 3, we are holding off on any type of knee-jerk reaction so that we can interview, get proposals, and then we will present it to council. We will bring in our solicitor, and we will bring in our treasurer, and we will go from there. So I wanted to mention that this evening to keep our residents and council up to date as of today. So unless anybody has any questions, we can move on to our finance. Finance report, Councilman Bull.
Thank you, Madam President. Ladies and gentlemen, the finance report to the Borough of Parkside, date May 16, 2025, for meeting date the 21st of 2025. All bank accounts are reconciled through April 30th. We are including the bank reconciliations and statements for all reconciled funds for council's approval. General fund for the month of April, $17,811.44 was deposited into TD Bank. Expenses of $4,191.51 were paid. During this time, $1,232,955.14 of deposits were received into Sharon Bank General Fund account, and $260,826.60 of expenses were paid, including payroll and related expenses of $49,309.32. Year-to-date interest income across all accounts totals $7,778.16. Below are the bank balances per the bank statements on April 30th, 2025. General account, Sharon Bank, balance $1,079,818.03. General account, TD Bank, $50,116.58. General account, Pliget, $490,610.41. Remaining accounts are reconciled and have not changed last month. At this time, I will make a motion to accept the treasurer's report for the month of April.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
Thank you, Madam President. At this time, we'd like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Any questions on the motion?
I'd like to abstain from check number 4547 made out to for Parkside Fire Company dated April 1st.
And I will abstain too, and for the pay to the code enforcement.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Platt, would you do a roll call?
To pay the bills, Mr. Bull,
Yes.
Mr. Capobianco,
Abstain.
Mr. Costigan,
Yes.
Mrs. Gianakis is absent. Mrs. Haynes is absent. Mrs. Purcival,
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak.
Abstain.
3 yeses, 2 absent, 2 abstentions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. And per your comments earlier with the closing of Crozier and a few things that have been moving in the right direction with finding ALS support and a few things like that, the firehouse has been training a lot of their people in basic life support and a few things like that. And being that we did get a grant for 2 new Ford Interceptor police vehicles, I would like to make a motion to sell the 2013 Ford Interceptor police vehicle to the Parkside Fire Company for the sum of $1 to further strengthen their operational readiness for an EMS response car.
Second.
Mr. Platt, would you do a roll call, please?
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Capobianco,
Abstain.
Mr. Costigan.
Yes.
This is absent. This is absent. Mrs. Percival,
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak.
Abstain.
3 yes, 2 absent, 2 abstentions.
Super.
Thank you for that. I believe it will help us move a little bit further in the right direction. And the closing of Crozier has been a shock. The hundreds of thousands of people that now have to go. I saw Brookhaven's ambulance in Bryn Mawr at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't mean to be that kind of person, but that thing's not getting back to Brookhaven until an hour and a half later. So
There's been all kinds of horror stories already.
we have
I have Rocky
legitimate
welcome
issue.
down here.
We have a legitimate issue. But with that just said, I would like to report general progress on the rest of the finances. I'd like to move to the open space report. I believe there is going to be a QR code in this month's newsletter. It's for basically a survey for what you would like to see in the open spaces as far as that goes. Please don't vote for a pool. It's not gonna happen.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've had a few people that said it, please don't. Maintenance, insurance, a lot of those sort of things, it's just not. in the budget.
Lifeguards.
But please, give it some real thought, what seniors may enjoy, what elementary school students may enjoy, what the community can enjoy, and what doesn't turn into a burden for maintenance and things like that. And there's been a lot of good ideas, but please make your voice heard. The QR code is the key to doing it, because if it was a Facebook thing or an email thing or something like that, it wouldn't be compiled properly, and then it would just be extra engineering costs, and your voice wouldn't be heard as well. So I know that was communications, and I know that's Michelle, but
I'll add
I
to it.
thought it was needed to be said.
Thank you.
Community Day was fantastic. I'm hoping at some point that we do actually get a chance to have part of that in the woodlot that's been, maintained well, has exercise equipment, has a little stream running through it and things like that. And then, not to steal anything that Daniel might say, but the Memorial Park it's moving along. The excavations have been done. There's been a few plantings made. There's been a few kind of deals brokered for some donations through local nurseries. Mayor's working on it diligently. Daniel's working on it diligently. I wanted to have it planted for a dedication, but life gets busy for everybody. So kind of sort of stay tuned. No matter what, it'll be mulched in. We'll get some core plants in there, and I think it'll look real nice. And it's not costing the borough anything. So that's a testament to the mayor and Daniel and the families and the people that have supported it. So with that, I will report general progress for open space and give
Super.
it back to you.
Thank you. Junior Council report, Mr. Costigan.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to thank Daniel and Brianna for taking time out of their day they're taking a long time out of their day to work the polls yesterday. It was great to see both of them there. supporting people's right to exercise their right to vote. So thank you to both of you guys for doing that. And I'll turn it over to anybody if anybody has a report to make.
So I just have a quick update on the garden. I've gotten a bunch of materials like flowers and mulch and also planting soil that is going to be used over this weekend to hopefully get some plants in and have it done by Memorial Day. I do need to get a few more things like a lot more mulch, a lot more gardening soil, and we also need to pick up, like Mr. Gould was talking about, the bushes from the nursery. That's pretty much it, but I do want to thank you, Michael, for getting those flowers from the church. We're going to put those along the barrels, along the sidewalk, all 4 barrels. It'll make them look a lot more cool and hopefully look a lot nicer than they are. But that's pretty much it. I'm hoping to have it done by Memorial Day, so it's going to be done.
Good.
Hopefully it will.
Good, thank you.
Will any of our junior council persons be graduating next month?
All of them.
All 3? Oh, congratulations, guys. That's exciting.
Yeah, we'll start out new. They're smiling.
And if I may add, thank you, Brianna, for your donations to the food pantry as well and getting the National Honor Society involved. So thank you for that as well.
I know that a lot of kids from colleges are moving out and they have food and Maha, my sister, she has like leftover food. Wondering if I could maybe give like away something?
Absolutely.
Do you know where I can like bring it?
So in front of our fire hall doors,
Yeah.
there are bins. There's 3 bins now because we're collecting towels for our car wash, for donations for that. But there are 2 bins that we have, and it doesn't matter, honestly, you put it in there, we'll see it. You may donate any non-perishable items, and that's not strictly just to food. We've had people donate baby formula, dry baby formula, shampoo, toothpaste. I've had people stop by wanting paper towels, things like that. So anything helps. So I'm not going to turn it away. We do have 2 mini refrigerators there, but they're not that big. But if you do have something like that, we can store that as well. So I appreciate that.
Michael, do you want to continue? Do you have anything else?
Not for junior council, but recycling is later down the line. Do you want me to go through that now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So for the month of April, trash, we had 111.55 tons. Recycling, 22.49 tons. Just as a reminder, there will be no recycling pickup next week due to the holiday. And I want to thank everybody that came out to our e-recycling event. It was a success. We had about 15 people come, but they came with lots of items. So we got a couple big boxes full for the hauler to take away.
Good.
So,
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Thank you for doing that, too.
Sure.
Any questions for Mr. Costigan?
Does junior council meet in June, or like the graduating class, do they stay till?
You stay until their, when's your graduation date?
You guys come to the June meeting?
When is the
June
June?
20.
Wednesday is.
June 18th, does that sound right?
Oh, right, it is. That's my day of my flight. I'm going to Colorado. I'm going to go to college there.
Where, Colorado Buffaloes?
No, University of Denver.
Oh, okay, all right. Where did
Yeah, looks like
Colorado
it'd be
Buffalo,
18th.
they in Boulder, Colorado?
Yeah, my sister went there actually, not my mom, but my older sister.
Okay. Got a great football team there, Colorado Buffaloes.
Daniel will be
Thank you
here
for your
for the
time.
June meeting.
I'm going to get secret.
Mayor, do you have a recreation report?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. First off, I want to thank and recognize all of our recreation volunteers. It's a great group of volunteers that have many ideas and bring more events to the community. They continue to work hard in putting our recreation events together to make each and every event a memorable one. And then may I add that last year we added 2 events. We added the VIP dance and the Easter bingo, and this year we're adding a seniors event in September. The community day went well. And then next month, we have a movie. I'm not sure exactly what movie we're doing yet. July 4th, we have our Independence Day Parade. The National Night Out in August. We usually stand with the officers. I'm not sure the date. And the Senior Citizen Special Day is in September. And if anybody has any pictures of any of the events that they attend, if they would please tag us, hashtag Parkside Rec 2025. As always, you can keep up on our events through our Facebook page, Parkside Recreation Committee, through the Borough page, the Borough's official page, and we have a little newsletter on a recreation page, actually, and then you can always email us at parksiderec19015@gmail.com. Remember, we're always asking for volunteers. That's all.
Thank you. It was a nice event.
Yes. The weather, thank God the weather.
It was
cleared up.
hot.
Yeah, but at least it didn't rain.
And breezy.
Yes.
We're going to move on to the Police Public Safety Report. Vice President Capobianco.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the Civil Service Commission to suspend the creation of an eligibility list for the position of full-time patrol officer until further notice.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved.
I'll go on to code enforcement. We have overgrass issues. I know it's been raining. I've been relaxing people for their grass, so there's some they're not just even doing it. So there's one on West Elvine and one on East Wall Road. I have 8 properties who have not met their terms for their registration, the tenant registration. Again, I relaxed the whole month. They're supposed to be April 30th. They haven't done it, so the citation has been issued. So I will see them in court. And let's see, what else do I have there for you? Permits issued for the month of April. Building, 7. Plumbing, 4. Mechanic, 2. Electric, 1. And that concludes general progress.
Super, thank you so much. And it has been raining a lot.
Yeah.
Ordinance, resolutions, and grants. Mrs. Skrobak.
Thank you, Madam President. I know Councilman Bull discussed some of our meeting last night and what was brought, from Community Day. We were also told that the QR code also received 10 responses already. So there were the boards that they had at Community Day and some of the things that our residents put down were walking paths, botanical gardens, picnic area, community garden, pavilions, wildlife viewing areas, and a gazebo. That was more of what type of passive recreation activities they would like to see. At the active recreation activities, my son would have liked this as well. Baseball field, 3 playgrounds, 3 people said playgrounds. Exercise stations, which we did talk about with the woodlot. 4 people commented on tennis and pickleball courts. 2 disc golf and another one, basketball courts. Some of the events I said, what type of events or programming would you and your family like to have more of in Parkside? After school program 1, hobby or specialty classes, 3. So we did talk about maybe, using Borough Hall. It was mentioned. Senior activities, so I know I do talk to a few people that are in senior groups that they actually hold at their houses throughout Parkside. So I'm going to reach out to them to maybe get some ideas as well. Summer programs, farmers market, which would be kind of cool, to see that maybe. And it said festivals, and yeah, they did say we need a pool and a turf field. I did reach out to Councilwoman Haynes, and actually the newsletter, she stated that it would be coming out right before summer break. So the QR code will be in there. I did see where it would be in the newsletter, and what I recall, I think it was on the first page.
Right here.
Thank you, at the top.
Right at the top.
Right at the top. So, yeah, and they do ask that we do that instead of sending out a written survey or something on our website, because what happens is when you scan that QR code, it actually goes to them, your responses, and then they can calculate everything together. So that's the reason why we didn't send out any written surveys or post anything on our website for people to comment on. So our next meeting will be in July. And then that's all I have right now.
Are you not meeting in June?
We are not, due to vacations, and it's not mandatory that we meet each month.
Okay. Super, thank you so much.
Would you like to add anything?
There's a couple things.
Okay.
First, the QR code, I need to let Dan know that it's not going to be live unless we can get it on the website and some other places earlier.
I did mention that last night. I don't know if he caught that, but I did mention it because I texted her last night.
Yeah, okay. So that's one thing.
Okay.
The reason we're not having the meeting in June is once we have results of the survey and what we've already talked about with the study group, they'll start putting together different concept plans.
Okay.
So it'll give them the opportunity for a month to put things
Adjust it.
together.
Yeah.
They already have all the demographics and many of the front pages of the plan ready. It's just a matter now of getting opinions of what people want in order for them to do.
Thank you for adding that on in vacation mode in June,
Because you're going on vacation in June, yes.
But yes, that is it.
Yeah.
Any questions for the Councilwoman?
You have a date in July?
Yes.
July 1st.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we were all over the place. Thank you, Lisa. July 1st.
Any other questions?
I wrote an email.
Bob, did Allison leave anything other than progress?
Pretty much she's saying general progress, but I can tell you that I've talked with Ryan. He's ordered additional pins for the speed bumps therein. He's waiting on delivery on the posts for the new signs.
And he has also been on vacation, lucky
Yes, he
guy.
has.
In the back door.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we had a problem with the back door, so we have a locksmith coming in tomorrow.
Right.
We can't get in and out the back door.
The handle doesn't work. It's not a
Yeah, the
handle.
handle's not working. Did Mr. Smith leave anything for emergency management?
Actually, he came in today, interrupted my lunch, and asked me to report general progress. He's in the process of finalizing the fire inspection for the house.
Yes, I understand he has a county event tonight.
Yes.
Communications, Miss Sarah has left everything for council at your desk.
Yeah.
I would suggest you review everything, check for spelling, punctuation, etc. Any changes or concerns, get back to Sarah so that we can keep this newsletter moving. Did Mr. Fisher leave a report?
He did. The report is as of April 18th. That's the last one I have. Treasurer has received a total of $1,337,627.56 to date. There was $891,617.48 in revenue deposit from April 12th, 2025 to April 18th, 2025. We have been getting some additional tax payments the last few days. I'm not sure when the next cutoff is, I don't know, at the end of May, but we have some residents starting to bring some additional tax funds
Okay.
in. Other than that, that's it.
Super. Our engineers report, Ms. Catania.
Thank you, Madam President. The first thing I wanted to mention, I got this yesterday afternoon from Phil Welsh from the Office of Housing Community Development. Any municipal official is invited to a housing affordability summit. That summit's going to be held at Delaware County Community College, and that summit is tomorrow from 9 o'clock till 1, and there is lunch provided by Capobianco Catering, we're told. If anybody's interested, it's at the STEM Center in room 1403. There's a panel discussion on providing affordable housing throughout the county. They've been working on it for quite a while. But I guess Phil decided to send to the engineering firms yesterday to let us know. It's not typically something I would attend. The road program, we will have the bids for next month. I have some news about Edgemont Avenue. We have our pre-construction meeting with the contractor tomorrow, and as soon as I have a schedule, I will be forwarding that to the borough. I guess there will be some detours.
Mm-hmm.
We have a detour plan in the packet of information that the contractor has. So there is going to be some inconvenience, but we've got to take care of it, okay? The HVAC, we're waiting for the contractor to provide us with prevailing wage certifications before we release the check to them. I understand there was an issue. Did anybody contact them about the issue?
Chief, did you contact them directly?
No? Okay.
We need to do that.
And then the other thing, Ryan Kelly had reached out to me a couple weeks ago and asked whether or not the borough would consider a routine maintenance contract with Divine. So I'm putting that out there. It doesn't need to be discussed this evening. But just think about, I don't know whether there's a local company that you have been using. I know it's been on an as-needed basis. I am waiting on Ryan to give me the structural report for the police station. So I should have that hopefully in the next 2 weeks is what I'm told. The grant for the Woodlot Master Landscape Plan is due on the 31st. If possibly I can get some of the organizations, some of the recreation board, I don't know of others, to put a letter of support together. That would be helpful in our request. Otherwise, I believe everything else is in order. I know we're allowed to tell everybody we've been awarded the Pico Green Region grant because some of my municipalities weren't as lucky as Parkside was. We got our notices that we weren't successful in our grant application. And that's all I have.
Super.
Happy Memorial Day, everyone.
Where did that come from? It's like right away now, around the corner.
I know.
Jeez, summer's flying by. Any questions for the engineer? Moving on to the solicitor's report, Mr. Wills.
Yes, thank you, Madam President, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The May 21st Solicitor's Report is as follows. Number one, the borough's emergency declaration due to the closure of the Crozier Health System. Last month, my office drafted on behalf of Mayor Roman and pursuant to the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Code and the Pennsylvania Borough Code, an emergency declaration for the borough due to the imminent closure of the Crozier Health System and the Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing by Prospect Medical Holdings, the parent company of Crozier Health System. The emergency declaration authorizes the borough to exercise certain powers by law without regard to time-consuming procedures and formalities pertaining to the performance of public work, entering into contracts, the incurrence of obligations, the employment of temporary workers, the rental of equipment, the purchase of supplies and materials, and the levying of special taxes and the appropriation and expenditure of public funds. Now, such emergency declaration generally expires within 7 days unless extended or ratified by a vote of Borough Council. Accordingly, I have further drafted a resolution for Council's consideration this evening approving an extension of that emergency declaration declared by the mayor until such time as Council determines that it is no longer required to protect the health, safety, and welfare of borough residents and votes to end such emergency disaster. Now, that resolution will be considered by Borough Council this evening under new business. Number 2, the sale of the borough's 2013 Ford Interceptor to the fire company. Again, I wish to clarify and explain for the record that section 1201.3, subsection A, subsection 1 of the Pennsylvania Borough Code authorizes boroughs to sell personal property to a volunteer fire company located within the jurisdictional bounds of the borough without the necessity of advertising for bids for sale or at a public auction or a sale to the highest bidder. Accordingly, the borough is permitted to sell one of its old police cars to the fire company for the sum of $1. And of course, that motion has been affirmatively voted upon by council earlier this evening. Number 3, future advanced life support service for the borough. Earlier today, I participated in a Zoom meeting with the mainline health representatives, including the CEO of Riddle Memorial Hospital and representatives of Brookhaven, Upland, and Parkside boroughs, and Chester Township to discuss Mainline's proposal for providing advanced life support services, specifically a chase car, to the aforementioned municipalities. The Delaware County Council has graciously agreed to provide to our region, which includes those 4 municipalities, on a complimentary basis until August 1st, the availability of the Mainline Health / Riddle Memorial Hospital ALS chase car, again, which will be stationed at the Middletown Township Fire Company. Their paramedics will provide advanced life-threatening care services with local ambulance services doing the patient transport. Now, the borough's goal as we move forward in this process is a simple one: to provide the highest quality of medical care to our residents at the least possible cost to the taxpayer. Regionalization and shared services among municipalities in our region appears to be the most cost-effective way to accomplish that goal. The borough, however, wishes to explore all potential options for such services while simultaneously researching and exploring the financial aspects associated with such service providers. In any event, with the closure of the Crozier Health System, it is fair to say that providing ALS services to our residents will result in a definitive cost to our taxpayers, and the borough needs to plan accordingly. Up until quite recently, such ALS service was provided to borough residents by Crozier Health on a complimentary basis. With the closure of the Crozier Chester Medical Center, that is sadly no longer the case. And with that, Madam President, I can report general progress.
Can I chime in on something real quick?
Sure.
For the people that don't know what ALS means, that's Advanced Life System. BLS is Basic Life System, which the Parkside Fire Company goes on every call for BLS inside Parkside and Upland. So don't worry about the ambulance coming there later or anything. We'll provide that until the ambulance gets there. The ALS is totally different. ALS is the ones who can inject you with drugs and all that kind of important stuff. But the BLS, we're always on scene. So I just wanted to make that noted.
And to feed off what the Vice President said, I always tell people the difference is in ALS, if you're having a heart attack, you cut off your arm, that's who you need. The BLS, the basic life support, is just that, basics. And they can still evaluate you, but a paramedic has to be with an ALS unit. There's a difference between an EMT and a paramedic. So,
Concerns the level of care
It's the level
that
of-
one is authorized to provide to a prospective patient.
exactly.
And a lot of members of the firehouse are certified in the basic life system. So
It's a challenging time for everybody in this county. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have call to citizens. If you'd like to address council with a question.
One question, please. We saw at 142. The stop sign at Blossom and East Rolling Road falling down.
I'll deal with mine.
Okay, I noticed it walking down today, it's getting more like a leaning tower.
Yeah, somebody hit that and I pushed it back up, put the dirt in there. So we need to fill it up with dirt and some rock.
Ryan's been,
Stone, yeah, I'll take care of that tomorrow for you.
and he's been on vacation, so
Yeah.
he's just now catching up.
Thank you.
Hi, Mike Sweeney, 156 Shelby. Has the newsletter been sent out to houses?
I'm sorry?
Are you guys the only ones that have the newsletter right now?
The draft.
It's a draft.
I didn't hear him.
It's
Well,
a
I was
draft.
thinking, like, I know I don't have mine yet, but if you want to get the word out there quicker with that QR code, all somebody needs to do is like hold up the paper and maybe they can zoom in on you, and then whoever's watching this right now can scan it, and you can get your 2 cents early. If anybody wants to walk up the paper and hold it up.
At Community Day, they were giving out a little slip of paper with that QR
With it.
code.
But I'm saying, some people might not have been there, some people, you know, don't look at the newsletter, they can walk it away right away. But if somebody's watching this right now,
I don't know if that will work.
I don't know, it's a draft.
yeah, if you're watching it on a PC, you get all over your phone through QR code, and the internet, it can.
Let's ask Theo.
Yeah, is that something we can add at the end?
Theo's our tech man,
Can
he's
you-
the IT guy.
in the video.
Thank you.
Can you zoom in to get that?
Yeah.
Water bottles?
There. You did.
Wait a minute.
Smiles,
I can take you one.
You good.
Got it. Thank you. Good idea.
And just one more thing, there's like, I see it all the time, there's too many people going through the stop signs around. All the time.
Yeah, well,
Chief, I know you're going to start with this summer, the bike patrol and a stop sign patrol. So I can't wait for the weather to break so that we can move forward with that. Super. Anybody else?
The police can't be everywhere.
They can't be. We have one officer, and if he's on my street, he's not on your street.
We are loaning our bikes to the park police for, they have a training they're attending. In return, they're repairing our bikes, so they're up at the shop now.
Okay, so we're getting ready.
At no cost to the borough.
I like that. Anybody else? before we move on? Old business, does anybody on council have any old business? New business. We have a motion, as our solicitor explained, for Resolution 1893. This extends the emergency declaration until it is no longer needed. So I'll entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 1893.
Can we, a motion to amend for some sort of a sunset date?
At this point, the majority of the municipalities are leaving open-ended, so that when we come up with a solution to this issue, then we can close that declaration at the council meeting. So by August 1st, I'm thinking we'll have something, or September, we'll have something.
I'd like to make a motion to amend to have a sunset date of July 23rd, which is our council meeting night. We can reinstate it before it sunsets, but just having a blanket emergency decree isn't an emergency. You guys do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying a sunset date is reasonable on an emergency decree.
If my preference, Doug, would that we not place a definitive date on this. There are, and I'm involved in this, I know Shirley's involved in it, there are so many variables, there are so many balls right now that are in the air. I can't even guesstimate for you as to when this potential emergency may come to a happy conclusion. Therefore, I am concerned about putting a definitive date. Obviously, when this emergency passes, when the health situation has been resolved, at this point, Borough Council would meet on a monthly basis, and obviously we would pass or adopt a new resolution basically ending or terminating the emergency declaration. But while it's currently in play, it allows the borough to do many things that it could not do if the emergency declaration wasn't in effect. So I think
this date would be on the date that we were meeting, so we could extend it. I'll leave it to you guys. I'm just saying, to have an open-ended emergency decree is not an emergency.
One of the problems is we have been given at LSA the ALS service until August 1st. There has been rumors that the corporate sponsors, along with Delaware County, may extend that, but we don't know. Will they extend it to September, October? Having this open-ended, we would not need to, again, have an emergency council meeting and advertise that council meeting. And
This is a scheduled council meeting day. The 23rd is a scheduled council meeting.
I'm sorry, I hadn't finished. We wouldn't have to schedule an emergency council meeting, nor would we have to wait until the next scheduled meeting. If we close this with an end date and we don't make that end date and things are still up in the air, then we then have to redo this resolution and put another due date. So you have a motion on the floor. Do we have any seconds?
And just so I could add in too, we have recent precedent to keep an emergency declaration open for an indefinite period of time. 5 short years ago, and I was here as solicitor, I drafted up an emergency declaration for COVID. And again, COVID was another thing. We had no idea as each day went into another what exactly was going to happen when we had the COVID-19 disaster. And again, we left that open-ended for a period of time. So we do have recent precedent as far as not setting a definitive end date for a disaster emergency. And again, I will leave that to council's good judgment.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
There is no second. Your motion fails.
Thank you.
Again, I will repeat. I need a motion to pass Resolution 1893 for an emergency declaration to be onset until the end of the emergency.
Second.
Any questions on that motion? Mr. Platt, would you do a roll call, please?
Mr. Bowles?
No.
Mr. Capobianco.
Yes.
Mr. Costigan.
Yes.
Mrs. Gianakis. Mrs. Haynes. Mrs. Purcival.
Yes.
Mrs. Skrobak.
Yes.
4 yeses, 1 no, 2 absent.
Does anybody else on council have any new business?
I would just like to say that there's going to be a flag retirement ceremony in Upland. The borough will receive any flags that are due a fitting disposal until basically Saturday morning. as
At the
far as
Marine
that
League?
goes. No, they can bring them here. I'll stop by here before
Okay.
I go.
I got one
As
from
far
the
as that
firehouse,
goes,
got a
so.
bag full.
And yeah, the firehouse is going to be a part of it, so it should be a really nice and fitting tribute to the flag on Memorial Day.
Super,
So,
thank you.
Just want to let you know.
Anybody else have anything for new business?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, council, except for our engineer and our treasurer, mayor, you have the option. Our secretary may also leave. Junior council members may leave.